Welcome back everyone. Today we'll be continuing our playthrough of Pillars of Eternity Part 1. We are playing as a wizard on Path of the Damned difficulty. Let me just show that here. On our last session we left off in Magran's Fork where we have just recruited Durance, our priest companion. So let's just go through Durance's character sheet first. Alright, here he is. So Durance is a priest of Magran, and priests are hands down the most powerful class in the entire game. They have such amazing buffs that just having a priest in your party will trivialize most of the combat encounters that you will face. Not an early game, because early game priest buffs are okay. They are not game breaking, but they are decent and will help you. But by mid game, around level 7, you will start unlocking 4th level priest spells. At that point, priest will become overpowered and will remain a mainstay in your party for the rest of the game. In Deadfire, priests got severely nerfed, but in Pillars 1, they are the single most powerful class. And I always recommend that you have a priest in your party. Having said that, Durance is a horrible priest. He is a very bad priest, and he is exact. If I have to build a priest character from scratch, it will be completely opposite to what Durance is. So why is Durance a bad priest? Well, he has 15 constitution, which is completely useless. The constitution is useless on any character except maybe monk. So it doesn't matter whether you are playing a spellcaster, a melee character, a tank, it doesn't matter. Constitution is not a good attribute in this game. He has 14 might, which is actually good because it means his healing powers and his new spells are going to be kind of powerful. And priests have some really amazing fire damage spells, so that is really great. We'll come back to dexterity later. Perception of 9, which means he's not going to be hitting enemies much, but this doesn't matter because most of the priest spells are buffs which will be affecting your party members, and for that he doesn't need accuracy. And priests can buff the accuracy of entire party by a lot. They can just shoot your accuracy and your defenses sky high. So having this 9 perception is not a big deal for your priest. This doesn't really matter. Intelligence of 15 is also good, which means his buffs will be able to hit all your party, even though your party is kind of spread out because of this increase in area of effect, and the buffs will last longer. The will is whatever. You don't really care about that because there are spells that will give complete immunity to a lot of status effects which will target will. So having will is not that big of a deal, but increase in duration is really good for a priest. And he has 18 resolve, which is again a completely useless attribute for a priest. Resolve gives concentration, deflection, and will. We just said will is not that important. Concentration and deflection, these are useful if you are a frontline fighter. Deflection will help you dodge attacks, and concentration will let you use an ability or drink some potion without getting interrupted, which is nice. But you don't want priest on front lines. You want him to sit in the back lines and just fling spells. So resolve is completely useless. So not only Durance has lot of points invested in the 2 most useless stats for a priest, but he also has horrible dexterity, which is the most important attribute for a priest. Because priests tend to cast a lot of spells in every combat encounter, especially in tough combat encounters, because priests have a lot of amazing buffs, and you want to be able to cast them back to back as fast as you can so that your party can get powerful. you don't need much if you compare this to wizard will cast maybe 1 or 2 spells in an average combat encounter, because you're going to cast a crowd control spell and that is going to lock down the entire enemy mob, and maybe you will cast a couple of damage dealing spells if you have some spell slots, but that's it. You will not be casting spells. Wizard spells needs to be accurate. Priest spells doesn't need to be accurate, they need to be fast, because every combat encounter you will be casting buff after buff, buff after buff, and having 9 dexterity is horrible. Okay. If you are building a priest, I suggest you start with at least 18 dexterity, 15 might, and 15 intelligence, and even dump resolve and constitution to 8 and buff your dexterity to 20 if possible by selecting an elf and a Deadfire Origin, because the more dexterity you have as a priest, the better it is. So this lack of dexterity makes Durance a horrible priest, because looking at his stats, this seems like Durance is meant to be a frontline priest who will be wearing armor and attacking with his weapons while still using priest spells. But that is a horrible idea to go, because already his action speed is low because of low dexterity, and wearing armor and Durance will further reduce that action speed, which means he will be casting spells very, very slow. And that's you want your priest to be the most fastest character in your party. Having said that, even with this horrible attribute distribution, by end game Durance will end up becoming the most powerful companion in your party. That's because priest spells are just that amazing. Even with this horrible attribute spread, he will end up becoming overpowered. So this is not ideal way to build a priest, but we can work with what we have here. So we are going to buff his dexterity through gear. We are going to put him in ropes so that he will have 0% speed penalty, and we're going to put him in the back lines where he will just be shooting with a wand or something. He's a priest of Magran, so he gets some accuracy bonus to sword and arquebus, so we'll probably give him arquebus. Because arquebuses are horrible weapons, but you don't want it doesn't matter what weapon Durance is using to attack, as long as his action speed is buffed and he is capable of casting spells quickly. So yeah, we'll probably go with a arquebus or maybe a scepter build with Durance. So we'll put him in clothing and have him at very back of the party just casting buffs. And he starts with a good lore score, so you can complement his spell casting with some scrolls, but it's not really that big of a deal. So yeah, let's just level him up. He is currently at level 1. Let's level him up. We will start, and like I said, every character will have at least 7 athletics to pass the check. So let's bump that up a bit. Okay. For priest, I suggest you start with introduction as your first talent. What it does is it's once per encounter, average speed, and it has a very huge radius, and it inflicts dazed condition and targets will. Now dazed is a pretty crappy status effect in Pillars 1. And we already have Wizard who can apply dazed twice per encounter with his Arcane Assault. So why do you want introduction? Because if you pick introduction now, in the next talent you can upgrade this to apply weakened effect along with dazed. And weakened is very good because it debuffs enemy defenses and makes your offensive priest spells easier to land. Durance already have a very low accuracy, so being able to debuff enemies first before using your priest nukes is very good, and introduction will help with that. Priest get some really powerful fire damaging spells. They are all about fire damage, and having introduction will help with that. So at level 1 I suggest you pick up introduction. Other good is, where is this? Yeah, Inspiring Radiance. If you don't want introduction, you can pick up Inspiring Radiance, which, so priests have this ability called Holy Radiance. They can use once per encounter, which will heal all your party members and damage any vessels, which are basically undead, robo automatons kind of a thing, non-living beings. And so this is a decent heal, and you can upgrade this to actually give an accuracy bonus to all your party members. I don't really use this much because when you get your third level, fourth level priest spells, you're going to have buffs that will greatly increase your accuracy, and that doesn't stack with this. Okay, this is useful at low levels, but high levels this doesn't really matter. So I like to go with introduction for now and upgrade this to weekend status effect in the future. All right, level 3. Okay, let's bump his lore a bit so that he can crash some scrolls. Yeah. All right. Let's put him here. What? Let's look at some of the priest spells. Every level you will have one or two priest spells that are amazing, and the rest of them are kind of whatever. So at level 1, the first spell is Armor of the Fate, which will give +4 damage reduction to all your in the radius of 2.5 meters, and any party member hit by this will get +4 damage reduction for a long duration, 37.5 seconds. +4 DR is really good at low levels because your tanks will not yet have high deflection or plate armor yet, so having this damage reduction will really help in tanking. You will not be using this much at end game because you will have pretty powerful armor by then, but at low levels this is a lifesaver. And at this level, this is the most powerful spell a priest has. You will be casting this spell almost in every combat encounter right now. Next we have Bobs of Condemnation. This is a whatever spell it does. It's a single target spell. It deals mediocre pierce damage and it gives -5 to all defenses. The duration is decent, and -5 to all these defenses is okay, but the main problem is it attacks fortitude, and a lot of enemies have a very high fortitude, and your Durance already have very crappy perception, which means his accuracy is going to be very low, and you will rarely ever hit it at low levels. And at high levels, you don't need this spell. Now, Blessing is another amazing first level spell. It gives +5 accuracy and +10% damage to all your party members. This is really good at low levels. Again, this boost from accuracy will not stack with any of the higher level spells that your priest is going to cast, because your priest will by mid game get spell that will give +20 accuracy to your entire party. So you cannot combine both this spell and the 20 accuracy spell to get a 25 accuracy. They don't stack. So in pillars, whenever you have two effects on your character of the same type, the higher magnitude one will override on the lower magnitude one. So this is a very good spell to have at low levels, but once you unlock your higher spells, some 4th level spells, you will stop using this. At early to mid game, this is very good party buff. Like I said, early priest spells are decent, nothing really amazing. Divine Terror, it frightens enemies for 18.8 seconds. Target's will, this is okay, decent. It gives a -10 accuracy buff and slightly reduces the resolve on dexterity. It's okay, but there are better ways to frighten someone. Your wizards are better at crowd control than your priests. This is like if you don't have anything else to cast, maybe you can slightly reduce enemy accuracy by 10, but that's not going to affect much. I mean, your wizard can just blind the enemy and reduce their accuracy by 20-25 points. So Frighten really doesn't hold much candle to that. Halt is a really good priest spell. This is a very fast spell and it will make a target stuck for 12.5 seconds. So stuck targets cannot move, but they can still attack and they can still take actions like drinking a potion or casting a spell. So you're not going to use this to crowd control an enemy. You're not going to do that. That's really a waste of a spell slot. But you will use this when any enemy melee attackers come up to your priest and try to attack your priest. So this is a get out of a jail card for your priest. If your priest gets attacked in melee, you can use stuck on the target, halt, make the target struck, and your priest can walk away. You will still take an attacks of opportunity or disengagement attacks in this game. But yeah, that's basically what you will use for. If enemies break engagement from your front line and attacks your back line, you can use this to make them stuck and have your back line run away or try to kill that enemy. It's a decent emergency spell. Next we have Holy Meditation. Holy Meditation is a good. It's a pretty good spell. It gives plus 30 concentration, plus 15 will. Will is again whatever. It doesn't really matter. Plus 30 concentration. This is actually really good because, like I said, if you have higher concentration, your characters will get interrupted less, and plus 30 concentration is quite a lot. By end game, early game you will not use this much, but by end game, Holy Meditation and Armor of the Fate, these will probably be the only two priest spells that you will cast. You will completely ignore the rest of them, and occasionally some fear immunity spells. But yeah, you will not use this much at low levels, but high levels you will use it simply because you don't have anything else to do with your first level spells. They will just be sitting there, so might as well give your front line some concentration. Prayer against fear. Now these prayer spells are the reason why priests are so useful in this game, because it gives immunity, like complete immunity to frightened and terrified. Frightened is whatever, it does not that big of a deal, but terrified is a horrible debuff to have. It reduces accuracy by a massive 20, which is it will severely reduce your party's offensive power. And there are a lot of enemies, particularly dragons, which actually have an aura of fear, and if you go fighting drakes or dragons without this spell, you will have a very bad time. And this will give you a complete immunity to the terrified status effect for 25 seconds. And these priests immunity prayer spells are the reason why I say will is not that important of a defense, because most attacks that target your will defense are going to be attacks that will try to terrify you, confuse you, or charm and dominate you. These kind of effects, mind affecting spells and attacks. And priests will eventually end up having spells that will give complete immunity to all of these status effects. So if you have a priest in your party, then you don't really need to worry about your will defense at all. Priest can take care of it. This is a very useful spell. Occasionally, it's not something you're going to cast in every encounter, but when you are facing a enemy that can inflict these status effects on them, you will be really glad you have this spell with you. And prayer spells are one of the main reasons to always include a priest in your party, or at least carry scrolls that will let you cast this spell. Next we have Restore Minor Endurance. It's a healing spell in a radius. It will restore 13.4 endurance. Healing spells are not really worth it in this game because they don't heal enough to save your party, and you will just simply be wasting a spell slot by casting this. Like if your party is taking a lot of damage, casting Minor Endurance is not going to save them. Like heal for 13.4 endurance, that's going to go down in a single attack. In a single round, this will be gone. But if your party is getting attacked, you will want to cast a Armor of the Fate to increase their survivability, or if an enemy is at almost about to die, you might want to cast Withdraw. We'll come to that in a minute. There is never a scenario where you can save your party from getting killed by casting a healing spell. Healing spells are not really that good. There are two decent healing spells in the entire game. One is a second level priest spell, and the other one is a druid spell, Moonwell. So there are two decent healing spells in the entire game, and even they are okay spells. Then there you it's okay. Healing is not that good. If you want to heal your party, just drink a heal potion. That's a much more effective way of healing your party members. I never cast restore. Maybe in the very early levels, just if the enemy is almost dead and you just need to survive long enough to land one more attack and kill that enemy, you will use restore minor endurance. But this is not something that's going to have much impact. Maybe you will use this a couple of times in some low level encounters because we don't have money to buy powerful potions yet, but by mid game you will not use this at all. And the last first level spell, Withdraw. Withdraw is a good spell. What it does is you cast this on your party member. The party member will become invisible for 25 seconds, which means the enemies cannot target them. So if a party member is about to die and you can cast this on them and they will become invisible and the enemies will find someone else to hit. It restores a lot of endurance, 104.5 endurance over 25 seconds. Now this means it doesn't heal 100 endurance per second for 25 seconds. No, it heals 104 endurance spread out over 25 seconds, which means you will be getting like plus 4 endurance, plus 5 endurance per second for 25 seconds. But this is really good because for these 25 seconds you are going to be invisible and you will be gaining this endurance back. So if a party member is about to die, it's better to use Withdraw rather than this minor endurance spell, the healing spell. But the one negative with this spell is that it inflicts the status effect on the party member, which means for the 25 seconds that party member will not be able to take any action. Like you will not be able to move them, you will not be able to attack with them. They will just sit in this status shield invisible and just gain health back. This is okay, like if you have permanent death enabled, where your party members will die if their health reaches 0, then Withdraw is going to be useful. But this is not something you will be using much. Maybe a couple of times you will use this, but not much. Mainly if you're fighting some really tough enemy, this could be useful. If someone is attacking your priest and your priest is about to die, you will cast this on yourself to save you, because your priest will always have very, very low armor. It's a decent spell, but the main spells at first level are Armor of Faith and Blessing. These are the spells you'll be casting the most. Now second level spells, we have Concentrated Ground. This is the healing spell I mentioned, the decent healing spell. So what it does, it creates a AoE around your caster, so which means your priest have to stand pretty close to your party to heal them. It heals like 11.1 endurance for every 1.3 seconds. So basically for every second this is going to heal some roughly 10 endurance per second, and in an area of effect around the priest, including the priest, and this is going to last for 25 seconds. So that's easily 250 to 300 endurance healed over this 25 seconds. Compare this to this direct healing spells, which will do like 13 endurance or 20 endurance. There is no reason to ever cast minor healing or something like that instead of Consecrated Ground, because this heals a lot more and this is a continuous effect. It will keep healing them every 1 second. It will heal every 1 second. It will be healing them for 10 endurance, and it will continue to do so for 25 seconds. This is a very decent priest spell. You will be using this a lot in the lower levels, but by mid game there is an item which will automatically trigger this spell on whoever is wearing that boots. We'll get to that once we reach Defiance Way, but Once you get that item, you will not be using this spell much, but early to mid game, this is going to be your main healing spell. If you want to heal someone, you run up to them and you cast consecrated ground, and that's going to heal and keep them alive for a while. Don't bother with any other healing spell, at least from priest. Druid has another amazing healing spell, but we'll get to that once we get our druid companion. No. Divine Mark. Divine Mark is a really amazing spell. I really like this spell. It deals a solid, it's a single target spell. It deals a solid burn damage. Priests have a lot of damage dealing spells which does fire damage. Okay, so that's their entire kind of thing. Especially Priest of Morgrand, like Durance, their entire theme is setting things on fire. And Divine Mark is your first really solid damage dealing spell. It does a very good damage, especially if you manage to crit it. It can outright kill someone at low levels. This is really good. But the main thing here is it gives a minus 25 deflection. Now, if you are inflicting some status effect like blinded or paralyzed or something which will reduce deflection, then the more powerful debuff is going to override. Say if you blind a target and you paralyzed him, then the deflection debuff from paralyze is going to override blind. Both of them will not take effect. Only the paralyze will take effect because that's the higher magnitude one. But here, this is not a status effect like paralyze or anything like that. This is just a direct debuff to deflection. So this actually stacks with rest of the status effects like blind, petrify, paralyze, all those things. This stacks with them. So that makes this really, really good. If you have a very tough enemy with high deflection, you can use this along with your wizard's debuff to give them a massive reduction in their deflection level, which helps your rest of the party kill them much faster. So that's why this spell is really amazing. Not for the burn damage whatever, but this direct debuff to deflection. This stacks with everything else. So this is really great. Another nice priest spell is +3 might and +7 resolve. This it again creates aura around your priest, so whoever standing close to your priest will get this bonus, but the problem is the area of effect is very, very small. So unless they are standing right next to your priest, they will not get this bonus. And +3 might is whatever, it's not a big deal. +7 resolve will help in your survivability of your frontline targets. But for your frontline to get this buff, your priest have to be standing right behind them, which means enemy is going to attack your priest and kill him. So that's the main reason why I never use this spell. If you are making a melee priest who is going to be in heavy armor with a sword and a shield, then this is going to be a very useful spell for you. But for a caster's priest, you're not going to use this much. Iconic projection. Sorry. So what this does is this in a let me just show you it. It will be useful. Yeah. So if you see here, it casts in a straight line from the priest, and any ally in this priest will gain some endurance, and any enemy in this priest will take some freeze damage. The damage is not that great, the healing is not that great, but it does both of them at the same time. So there are a couple of instances where casting this might be useful. I mean, it's a decent spell if you have a lot of spell slots left, which you will at high levels, because at high levels you will not be casting that many second level spells. So you can just drop a couple of these to do some damage while healing at the same time, but it's a okay spell. Instill Doubt, a complete garbage spell. It inflicts dazed in a AoE for 25 seconds, which is absolutely garbage because our wizards can do this using Arcane Assault twice every encounter. So wasting a second level priest spell on this is, I mean, if you want to cast it, you can, but if you want this, simply cast Interdiction. This is a huge area of effect or have your
Aye.
priest cast Arcane Assault, there is really no reason to ever cast this spell. Prayer against Infirmary. This is another of the immunity spells which will give you immunity against Sickened and Weakened for 25 seconds. This is not as useful because Sickened and Weakened are not that dangerous status effects. Like it slightly reduces your might and constitution and what your fortitude and will defenses. It's okay. This weekend is really good when you apply it on enemies because you can combo this off. Especially your priests and druids can combo off weekend effect. But when this is put on you, it's not that big of a deal. You can completely ignore that reduction to will by just casting some prayer spells, and the reduction is fortitude. It's there are a couple of spells, especially druid spells, which will really hit you hard if your fortitude is lowered, but it's not that big of a deal. There are other ways to deal with it. This, I mean, if you ever get second or weekend and you have a couple of second level spell slots left, you can use this, but this is not going to be that something you really care about. Repulsive Seal. It inflicts prone on a characters for 8.8 seconds. So what it does is create a kind of a landmine kind of a thing on the ground, and when your enemy and an enemy enters the area of effect, this will kind of like go off like a bomb and it will make them prone for a while. This is the prone is decent and it lasts for a decent duration, but I have hard time getting this to work on enemies. Like a lot of time, if you are already surrounded by enemies and I cast this rarely seem to work in that case. Like if I cast this and enemy enters the area, this works. But if enemy is already next to me and I cast this on top of them, maybe it's a bug. I don't know, but I never seem to get this to work. In earlier versions of the game, this all seal spells scaled with your mechanics. Like if you have very high mechanics, you get a massive accuracy boost to this seal spells, which will really help in which will like if you have like 14 mechanics or 10 mechanics or something, your seal spells will always hit your targets. They are always going to get prone. I don't know if that's still the case or if it got fixed. We will test this in while we're playing, but it's a decent spell even if it doesn't scale with mechanics anymore. Next we have Restore Light Endurance. Another direct healing spell in a small radius. It heals 20 point to endurance. Like, I mean, it heals 20 endurance. That's it. And this consecrated ground heats 10 endurance, 11 endurance per second for 25 seconds to a total of 250 to 300 endurance. And come on, they are both on the same second level spell slot. I don't know why you will ever cast Restore Light Endurance or Consecrated Ground. I mean, it's not like this healing you for a huge radius. I mean, okay, your priest can stand in the back and he can fling this spell, whereas Consecrated Ground is targeted around your priest, but there is no reason to ever cast this spell. If you have a scroll of this spell lying around, you can cast it from scroll for some quick heal, but if you want healing and you're going to use a second level spell slot, just cast Consecrated Ground. Don't waste it on Restore Endurance spells. They're really garbage. Suppress Affliction. Suppress Affliction is actually a very useful spell. There are a lot of status effects that can get applied on you. Like if you don't have immunity spells yet, like Prayer Against Fear, Prayer Against Domination, which will give you immunity to dominate, charm, those kind of things. Suppress Affliction can help you. Basically, it makes sure that the status effect is paused for duration. It doesn't remove them. It pauses the statuses. Like if for this 6.3 seconds, even if your if your party member is terrified, they will not be terrified for this 6.3 seconds. But once this duration expires, they will get terrified again. Okay, so this is like it's an emergency. It's a nice emergency spell. You don't really use it to suppress afflictions like terrified or anything like that. You mainly use this against enemy druids because druids have some nasty dot spells like Insect Plague or they have, what is that, maggots, I forgot the name. And there are a lot of dot spells that any druids can cast, and they do raw damage. No, I think raw damage is in Deadfire. In this they don't do raw damage, but they still do a lot of damage, and they can eat through your party's endurance and health really fast. So Suppress Affliction will help in, well, basically suppressing those status effects and make sure that you survive long enough to heal yourself. Okay, so this is, you mainly use this against enemy druids because you don't really have spells that will defend you against enemies druid spells. There are not that you cannot give your party complete immunity against dot effects. There is no such spell like that. Okay, so Suppress Affliction is really useful in it. So those are the second level spells. We already talked about Holy Radiance, which kind of heals your party and does burn damage to vessels and set them frightened. This is a decent once per encounter heal. Okay, so that's all. And if you take a look at Durance's equipment, he starts with a staff called Durance Staff. This is actually a very good staff. It's not useful for Durance because we don't want him in front lines. We want him at the back, but this is actually a very good staff. The reason is because it does crush and burn damage. There are very few weapons in this game that does some kind of physical and elemental damage combined. The only two other things I can think of is a Saber Bittercut, and there is one bow in White March which does pierce and shock damage. A soulbound weapon, I don't remember its name right now, but yeah. So this is very useful because you will often find enemies which are immune to a particular damage type, and having a kind of physical and a burn damage means you will be hitting, you will be doing some damage to the enemy no matter what, and that's really good. It's also a reach weapon, which means you don't have to be within enemy at range. You can stand behind your target, your tanks, and still be able to hit your enemies. So it's kind of a second line damage dealer kind of a thing. And it has a burn lineage which does like extra burn damage. Like you have 16 to 22, so if you hit for 20 damage, so it will do 20 damage, and then it will do extra damage where of 25% of 20 is like extra 4 burn damage to the target. So this is actually really good. I don't recommend this on Durance, but if you are ever building a priest yourself, I really recommend that you give this staff to your priest, enchant it all the way to legendary, and use it till end game, because burn damage is very powerful, and there is actually a talent which improves the amount of burn damage you do. Your priest is going to get the talent eventually because fire damage is your main DPS, and that actually increases the damage of the staff also. So it's a really good staff to have on any priest that is not Durance. Okay, if you're building a priest yourself, you will start with 20 dexterity, which means you can afford to put medium armor, stand in a second row from behind your tank and hit enemies with this staff. Durance cannot afford it because of his shitty dexterity, but if you're building a priest yourself, this is a really good staff to have. And he has a rod. I am not a fan of rods because they do pierce and slash damage. Two of the most most of the enemies have high damage reduction to spears and staff, and it attacks slow. Its average speed is very slow. I suggest you take this, throw it away. We have a war bow here with Durance. Just give that to Durance now. Take it from Heather and give it to Durance. So Durance is just going to sit in the back row and shoot with his bow. He's not going to do much damage. He doesn't have much. He has very bad accuracy. He's never going to hit anything unless it's severely debuffed. But you're not here. Your priest is not here to do damage. He is here to sit in the back row and cast buffs. So let's give him a bow and make him sit at the end. And coming to AI, I actually don't suggest aggressive for Durance, maybe healing, because whenever your party is low on health, you will automatically cast Holy Radiance, or no, you know what? I will give him aggressive so that he will automatically cast Interdiction at the start of the combat. That's a much more useful spell to cast than having him wait for healing. Okay, and auto attack is always aggressive. You want them to attack enemies as much as possible. Yeah,
Just say the word.
I think that does it. So let's proceed with our through this.
Quick and quiet.
I suggest you sneak everywhere you go, because there are quite a few hidden items everywhere. So unless you're scouting in scouting mode, you will not be able to find them. And whenever you see kind of a world map point, click on it, because once you click on it, the next area will get unlocked for you. So even if you are not traveling there now, it will be available for you to fast travel whenever you want. So just it helps you open up all the areas in your map. There is a troll here. Let's cast a chill fog and okay. I think trolls have very low corrode damage, and Minolota's minor missiles does crush and corrode. So let's use this against him. That's a decent damage. Yeah.
Just say the word. Seek. You should have run. Death to our enemies. Just giving them a fair shot. Ready when you are. Not a problem.
I'll see what I can find.
Okay, let's see what we have here. +5 reflex and 25% healing received. I prefer to give this to Aether so that he will receive better healing. Let's throw this away. Now this is giving you +5 reflex. There is a ring of protection he has which gives +5 fortitude, +5 reflex and +5 will. So this rings reflex and the reflex bonus from this will not stack. They will not together give you 10 reflex, only one of them will take effect. So you might actually remove this and give this to maybe Durance, and instead we have this Gaunt's Pledge which actually lets you cast some healing spell fast. Let's give this to Aether. It will help him survive a bit more. And we also have a dexterity boosting gloves. Let's give this to Durance. He needs dex more than anyone else. So now make a note of this location. There is a Adra formation here. This is in Magran's Folk, and here you will see a corpse. This normally have an enchanted two-handed weapon, either a great sword or a, what was the other one, I forgot, halberd or something, a giant poleaxe. Yeah, it will have a enchanted two-handed weapon with fine enchantment. This is a really useful enchantment at low levels. So if you're building a character that uses two-handed weapons, it will be very useful to come to Magran's Folk and come to this Atras formation and find a corpse here, right next to the formation. This will always carry an enchanted two-handed weapon. Yeah, for your barbarians or the paladins, this will be useful.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark. Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Also, right next to this, in this area, there is a difficult combat encounter. There are a whole bunch of boars here, wild boars. At low levels, they are very dangerous enemies. Let's see. Let's quick save once. Yeah, quick save completed. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully, we can do this without getting killed. Let's enable defender, because there are a lot of boars here, and
What?
Hey,
having the extra engagement slot will be useful. Alright.
What?
So what can we do here?
hey,
Let's have our tank drink potion of
How
spirit
may I help?
shield, and
What?
Durance will cast armor of fate on Aider. Or no, wait.
hey.
Yeah, armor of fate doesn't stack with this, so let Durance cast armor of fate on us, because some of these boars will slip past and attack us, so it's nice to have
Just say
some
the word.
protection. And let's cast a chill fog right about here. Now let's also cast some blessing to give us more damage and accuracy.
Hey,
He is already taking a lot of damage. Right. Now let's focus fire on one enemy at a time.
I?
Okay, you cast this. Put right. So there are a couple of young boars here. I suggest you kill them off first and then focus on the bigger ones, because the young ones die really fast. Okay, let's make sure to
when
always
you are.
focus fire on any, like a few enemies at a time. That will be more effective than trying to attack every enemy.
What?
What else can we cast? Now let's just kill this.
How may I help?
Let's cast another.
Rough.
Right, that's dead. Now let's kill him.
Just say the word.
And they're dead. We managed to kill all the boars without dying ourselves. So that's good. Yes.
Not a problem. Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Oh, here, after this conversation, a bunch of wolves are going to come from here and attack.
Hey,
So send your tank in first. Okay, let him draw the aggro while you stand behind and
What?
attack. Again, the priest is going to cast the same spells, blessing followed by armor of
hi.
faith,
Ready when
and
you are.
we are going
Mow it.
to chill fog. At early levels, this is all you're going to cast: chill fog, and chill fog. More chill fog. It's the best spell at this level, so don't bother with anything else.
What?
Let's give him some armor.
Mow.
Yes?
Let's, you know what? Let's put one more chill fog here just to kind of
Ready when you are.
really, do some damage for them. And let's have our wizard cast this to make them go prone. This much overkill is not needed, but I'm going to rest after this fight, so might as well use all our spells to nuke them. Yeah,
The Varu beyond seek.
I shall be discreet.
Okay, let's rest now. Yeah, so Aether has pretty decent survival, so he gets some of these boosts. At this point in time, I will just stick to damage reduction for now. This will be more useful at low levels. And just do that. Oh, we forgot to talk to our companions. Occasionally try talking to your companions to progress their quests. Every now and then, it's not something you need to do always, but every now and then just talk to them.
Oh, other than the war, I never strayed too far from where you found me. Farming, mostly. I was never much for cities. Never learned a trade. In my younger days, I thought I was gonna go preach the word of Aethys. Just in our temple there. My parents encouraged it. I made so much trouble for them growing up. They used to say it'd be best if I got in good with the God of Redemption. Of course, us blowing him up probably didn't help my chances there. But if anybody'd forgive you for blowing him up, it'd be Aethys. They, they did. It was strange timing, because we just won the war. They celebrated when I came home. There was music and dancing. Trumbull used half his grain making this big honey cake. I still dream about that cake. Like having the best lover of your life, but only for one night. And they were all sorry to hear about my brother. It took a while for word of the purges to reach us. Aethasians being murdered in the streets, Cold Morn and the like. No way would they let something like that happen in Gilded Vale. That's what they all said. But the weeks went by and the purges spread. Pretty soon they weren't so sure my brother fought for Deerwood. And they weren't so sure I did. Caught me by surprise after all the celebrating. Should have seen it coming after the tailor said he was gonna fit me for some new clothes, but then all he wanted was my neck measurement. Nah, not that last part. But you had to think about it. Says a lot about the place I've been calling home all these years. I'm sure my parents are still wondering the same thing. The Aothasian purges were like this madness had come over the town, like a disease. Seems like when you see something like that, your instinct is to wait for it to pass, even when you know it probably won't. The family whose farm I worked on, they had a little Hollowborn girl. When they heard the Animancers had this cure, salvation it was called, they went running. This salvation, they were putting animal souls in children. You might have heard about it, giving them enough personality to care for themselves. You can guess how that turned out. Matter of time, the children broke down, became wild things, monsters. Anyway, these farmers put the family dog's soul in their little girl. For a while, the girl, she's making eye contact, she's feeding herself, albeit in a kind of messy way. And one day she snaps. They found her gnawing on her brother's bones. Had to chain her up, put her in a cow pen. Well, the mother, she wouldn't have anything to do with the girl after that. But the father, he'd visit every day, feed her chickens, toss water on her once in a while to get the dirt off. Most of the village, they'd whisper about him. Poor man, they'd say, sick with grief. He was just waiting for his daughter to look up one day and recognize her papa. He was waiting for her to get better. Didn't understand that at the time, of course, but these days I think about him a lot. What's on your mind? It makes two of us. If you're looking to find religion, maybe you want to start with a god that hasn't been burned to dust, but I won't stop you. Aethys, he was a young man with a silver crown. Carried a candle around with him. Sounds like I'm giving a bad eulogy here. In my way. I don't suppose he expects me to show up at his temple these days. Not much left to do for him other than keep his memory alive and keep hoping that he's just been playing a joke on all of us these past 15 years. Raised that way. My family's been Aothasian going way back. Suppose it wasn't much of a choice at first. Don't know for sure why my family started worshipping him. Probably because of Gon looking after folks like us. There was something I genuinely liked about Aethys. Always. Like he understood people better than the other gods. Knew all our flaws and weaknesses and accepted us for that. Folks are at their worst when they're afraid. A god like Aethys, he made you realize there was nothing to fear. Made you a better person. Of course, he goes away for a few years and look what happens. It was his actions. Not when he started his rebellion, and not even when he took over Rhaed Saris. It was when he sent his armies into Dyrwood. You sure you don't want to talk about something more pleasant? Like the War of Black Trees or the Legacy or something? What's on your mind? I?
What? If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door. The cost of troubling me seems to worry you little. That's a curse that runs deeper. It's a godhammer of a different sort. And like the godhammer, it was made by men's hands. There are fewer souls, There are more vessels. It is simply equaling of the process. I feel more remorse in putting down a slathering hound. A wict? Less than a mongrel in its misery. Murder is a kindness, not a crime. Always has been. I would sooner put the blade to those who are to blame instead. If any spirits should be punished, it's theirs. Murder you? I would not grant you any of them. The mercy I grant the Hollowborn. You would not be deserving of it. Murder is an old word. Mercy is letting a soul fly free to the next body. True punishment? Ruining someone to their soul. Crack their spirit like you would crack their skulls with a staff. Beat them. Hurt them in mind and body. So their souls become shards. But you leave it inside the vessel, like a bag of glass, to either choke on it, or pass it through their bloody stool. Then, leave it in the body to think on it, like planting a new field with the right seed. Many marks may I make upon your flesh, but flame leaves marks that cannot heal. Magrin doctrine dictates true punishment is one that remains in memory, in the soul, in the flesh. Even should the victims die, slowly or swift, sometimes by their own hand afterwards, the lesson lingers, burned in their flesh. Have you seen a man branded by flame? He remembers it always, in every waking movement. It is a lesson writ in the only ink and vellum that matters, blood and flesh. One can burn the soul as well. It is an art, and I do not take pleasure in it, but there is more at stake here than forgiveness. Many of Aethys' faith were punished in the purges following the Saints' War. And the ones that harmed children, they suffered worse. We did what must be done. Wherever they were rooted out, their souls reclaimed. And if they couldn't be reclaimed, we ensured they would never inhabit another body.
Alright.
Yeah?
Endurance is a piece.
Laying low.
Piece of ass. Okay, we have more enemies. Let's send our tank first. Let him draw the aggro. Everybody is attacking him. Let's cast Armor of Fate.
How may I help?
What will you do?
Yeah?
Alright. Let's cast.
I?
You cast this.
Ready when you are.
Let's blind them all.
What?
And give us all some buffs. Alright, everybody is blinded. Now it's time to kill them.
Ready when you are.
That's it!
You should have run!
This is almost dead. Let's focus fire on this.
That's it!
Next, this one.
Ready when you are.
What can we do? Let's prone Now let's say, let's conserve. Let's prone them.
What? That's it! Pegworth and Rock!
Just prone for 2.8 seconds, that's not much. So let's focus fire on one of them and try to kill them off.
Aye?
Let's use this.
Lavaru, be on seek!
Still left.
No!
Okay, this has a lot of deflection. Let's debuff it with this.
Lavaru, be on seek!
It actually killed it also.
Not a problem.
Margren's fire casts light in dark places.
Okay, will-o-wisps are a big nuisance because they can confuse your characters. So what we will do is, okay, let's bring him back and have our wizard buff some will so that it will not be so easy to confuse.
Ready when you
Okay,
are.
let's quickly nuke this guy down.
How may I help? Lavaru, be on seek!
Yeah? Slippery devil.
Nice and quiet.
Margren's
Did we crash? Why is it taking this much time? Oh, we crashed. Oh. When did we lost save? Awesome. Alright, let's start again. Please autosave, please autosave. Oh, fuck. We
Not a
have to
problem.
fight these guys again. The boars. Okay. Let's give everybody some damage boost.
Aye?
You cast this,
Ah,
and you do this, and then let's just throw a couple of chill fogs and nuke
Aye?
them down. I don't have the patience to deal with all of this again. We're just going to nuke them as much as we can. Multiple chill fogs, armor of fates. Let's go. You heal.
Worth and rough!
Right, let's nuke them.
That's how it's done.
This one is the lowest health. Let's nuke it. Next is this one. Let's kill this thing. You go and hit it with a marker. Go.
Faru beyond seek.
Did we miss? Yep. Oh, it has a lot of will. I did not check that. Okay, we are not going to land that on these guys. Let's heal.
Ready when you are.
Let's prone them. They have very shitty reflex. So yep, we got a crit. So they are prone for a decent duration. Gives us time to
Yes?
go nuke
I shall.
them. Come on, come on. This went a lot easier the last time around, but that's the problem with RNG. You never know when it's going to roll in your favor. Die. Die, die,
Just giving them a
die,
fair-
quick. Oh fuck. He's almost
Fair
dead.
shot.
We don't need that.
What?
Yeah?
Okay, not bad. We still
Not a problem.
survived. No. I don't think there is anything here. Let's quickly go and explore this part.
What?
Hey,
Yeah,
of course.
Let's have him. You attack. You give some more armor to this guy.
Aye?
You throw down a chill fog right about here.
Ready when you are.
You throw another chill fog. Let's quickly nuke them. And some.
How may I help?
Ready when you are.
Let's prone them as well. Completely knocked it. Let's try this.
Faru beyond seek.
Right, it's there. Nice, nice. Give me the potions. Let's put this here. Bring
Not a
him
problem.
back and rest. Damage reduction is fine for now.
But
Oh, we're able to hit our entire party. Nice, nice,
Yes.
nice. Throw a chill fog here.
Ready when you are.
You throw a chill fog here. Let's make sure we create a nice chilly area for them all.
but
Right of them.
Yes.
Ready when you are.
that's it.
This fight is mine! Not a problem.
But mow it.
Okay, let's go
How may I help?
through one of this. It's not immune to paralyze, so let's try to paralyze him, but that's better.
Just say the
Oh, awesome, it got paralyzed. Nice. Really, really nice.
You should have run!
At this level, if you can manage to paralyze your enemy, they're going to die in a couple of hits. Paralyze is a very powerful debuff, and if you can land it at low levels, that enemy is not going to survive focus fire.
Nice and quiet.
Nice. And camping supplies, we got them refilled.
Laying low.
Okay, there is another difficult encounter here. The main problem is there are two really tanky dudes and one kind of a powerful spellcaster. So, but if we defeat them, we get a really nice grimoires that we can copy spells from. So, let's start as always by sending our tank first. Let him get close. Okay, what you want to do is you want to disable Ludrana as fast as you can, because
Yes.
she can be really a pain in the ass. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw Minotaur's minor missiles at us to interrupt her.
Yeah?
Meanwhile, we will throw a prone on her. Yep. Yeah, let's prone. And
What?
you go and let's just have him bless us all for some increased damage. That's going to be more useful. Okay, this guy is attacking us. Time for some arcane veil. And wizard double. Let's focus fire on this.
Say the word.
She needs to die as fast as possible. Okay, combined with Arcane Veil and Wizard's Double, that put us at a massive 106 deflection, so we should be able to tank him for a few seconds. In the meantime, let's throw a...
Join arms.
okay. Everybody attack this guy, either you take care of him.
Just say the word.
What can we do? Yeah.
Aye?
Let's see if we can land that. And his will is not that great, so we can use Divine Maw. And he got paralyzed. Awesome. Let's nuke him with this. Come on, quick. And he's dead. Now let's take up this paladin. Paladins are really tough to kill. Okay, so I really hate paladins. Let's hit him. He's badly injured. And paralyze him. Awesome. His deflection is 4. Pretty much every hit's going to be a crit against him. So let's nuke him down. Awesome. He is dead. Okay, let's bring Aether out of Chill Fog or he's going to end up dead. And this is really good. We have got some big shield and some decent armor for our tank. Let's put that on him. Let's compare this and this. Let's go with this. We can give Saint's armor. At this stage I will give it to Durance because this is a decent armor to keep our priest alive, but we'll change it soon. He will not carry it for long, but for now let him have it. And we got a Grimoire, nice. Let's see what do we have here. We can learn this. Okay, there aren't that many spells that we can learn from this, but it is a decent. Let's take this off. Anyway, Alad can cast that spell, so let's take it off and put Necrotic Lance instead. That's good enough. Okay, I don't suggest going to Anslock's Compass yet. Or can we? There are a couple of really difficult fights here, so let's just go to Black Meadow. Yeah, let's go to Black Meadow because we can gain a level up there. Let's complete Black Meadow and then come back to Anslock Compass. Anslock Compass is kind of hard at this level.
I'll go on ahead. Ready when you are.
Oh, we're out of spell slots. I did not see that. We will need to rest soon. There are quite a few difficult fights in this area, and we should have spell slots for that. We will die.
You better run!
If you can see here, this troll is barely able to attack us. It keeps constantly getting interrupted. That's why I really like high perception on my characters. Like you can constantly stun lock a single target with high interrupt. And at mid level, once you get some wizard spells like Wall of Fire, you can stun lock entire groups of enemies
Death
with
to our
interrupt
enemies.
mechanics. It keeps getting staggered again and again. See there, just now. It can barely. It only 1 out of 4 attempts
Just giving them a fair shot.
works for it to attack me. It just keeps getting interrupted. That's really nice. One of the benefits of having a really high perception. Let's see what else we have. Okay, let's rest first before we go there. That's kind of a difficult fight. So right, we're rested. Now let's go. Let's send our tank in. There are only 2 enemies here, so we can disable this. Okay, there are 3 of them, but that's fine. Not a big deal.
How may I help?
Ready when you are.
Moeth Ixi. Ana.
Okay, fire is actually very useful against trolls, so let's use Ray of Fire. This will do like a decent burn damage. And let's cast Prone so that these guys will stop moving. Okay, I'm killing Ada. Let's move to the side a bit.
That's it. Moeth Ixi. Ana. What?
Okay, he's coming to attack a lot, so let's keep him stuck. Nice, and move these 3 idiots out of here.
Ready when you are. Not a problem.
More chill fog.
You're mine.
Okay, we're going to use the staff to quickly nuke them down. Staff does really solid damage. Either come here, you idiot. And everybody attack him.
Watch it with that.
I meant to do that. Just giving them a fair shot.
How may I help?
He's near that, he's going to die
I shall
soon.
deal with this one.
Not a problem.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Aye?
Ready when you are.
Arthag Worth and Wrath!
Ready when you are.
What?
How may I help?
That's how it's done!
Lavaru beyond seek!
Death to our enemies!
No!
Not a problem. Nothing will slip past me.
Okay, we are facing Vix. So anything that says vessel, priests are the best at dealing with them. So let's send our tank first and
What?
let him gather everybody up. Our priest Holy Radiance does a lot of burn damage against vessels. So let's get close and nuke them. Right. Awesome. They're all almost dead. This is really great. And even if they're not, they will die soon.
Just say the word. I meant to do that.
Nice and quiet.
Okay, +1 constitution, nice for either. Helps tank a little bit better. Okay, spiderlings, this is a tough
Aye.
fight.
What?
Do we have the spells? Not sure, but okay. Let's save and try this. If we cannot survive this, then we will have to rest again. But we'll see. Come back.
What?
You cast Armor of Faith.
Moe
Tanking for this. Right now, get down, idiots. Let's roam them all
Yes?
and have allowed cast Chill Fog.
Arthag Worth!
No. Here. Okay, fine.
and Wrath!
Hey,
This guy is almost dead already. Forward and cast Holy Radiance.
Ready when you are.
We will blind everybody with this.
Arthag Worth and
What?
Everybody's blinded.
Just say
Time
the
to
word.
Nuke them all. Ground.
How may I help?
Only one
What?
left.
That's
Here.
not what I meant by trying others. Lavaru beyond seek.
We wasted a spell. That's okay. Anyway, we
Nothing
are
will
about
slip
to
past me.
rest because we are almost out of spell slots. So, what did I feel? Nice. Enchanted bow. Let's give this to Durans. So he will
What do you
not
suppose that bally
as
thing
much.
is?
I think there must be another group of Wicks here. Yep, there they are. It's in the tank. The aggro. You daze everybody. Nice. Put her in. Nope. Do some more damage.
Yeah?
Baru beyond seek.
Not a problem.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Normally, I don't attack deers, but stags, you may need to kill a couple of them to fill their bestiary, because filling the bestiary will give you nice XP. So let's try to attack this
Hey,
How may I help?
and paralyze his ass.
Just say the
We
word.
don't have any spell. That's too bad. Let's drain his endurance.
Worth and wrath!
Just say the word.
Okay, we still need to kill a couple of them to fill the bestiary. Nice XP.
Not a problem.
And what does the flame reveal?
Don't bother killing deers. There is no bestiary entry for them, so you don't get any XP from them. Stacks are the only ones who give you XP. Okay, there is a difficult fight coming up. Let's let me check. What are trolls? I believe are primordials, wilders. Okay, so there are a couple of trolls up ahead. So let's rest and get our spell slots back. Let's choose racial bonus wilder so that either will have some accuracy bonus against it. It's going to come in handy. Save. There they are. Let's send this guy. 4 of them,
What?
which is really awesome.
Moe Ixiana.
Right, let them come.
Aye?
Use this to debuff their bill.
Moe.
Just say the word.
Worth and wrath!
What?
Worth and wrath!
Nice, they're all nice and blinded, so let's everybody attack him. Pull him here and let's cast Ray of Fire on this guy.
Baru beyond seek.
That's going to do some really nice damage to these two. If you see here, every time my Ray of Fire hits them, I have a chance to interrupt. And if you look at the log, I just keep interrupting them with crits. It interrupts. Interrupt. So these two trolls are pretty much stun locked because of my ray of fire. That's because of my really high perception and really high interrupt. Wizards benefit a lot from having high interrupt. Like these two guys are not doing anything. Basically, they're just sitting there taking hits.
That's how it's done.
That's it!
Let's take them this guy. Let's throw a chill fog on these two.
What?
What can you do? Go and reduce his reflection, maybe.
The Faru beyond sea.
Yes.
Curses!
I meant to do that.
Okay, let's drop one more chill fog because Allard's chill fog has run out. Oh, did it? Let's go.
Then rock!
Curse!
Hey,
Yeah?
Yeah, let's nuke.
Lavaru beyond seek.
I meant to do that.
Okay, our chill fog is really missing him because he has ridiculous amounts of fortitude. Awesome.
Just giving them a fair shot.
Curses! No!
Not a problem. Quick and quiet.
Now this next encounter is going to be really difficult because there is a huge mob here and they're all going to beeline straight to your back line, ignoring either, and they will love to kill all your squishes. So keep them very far so that they will not aggro at all and send only aider in. And let them complete their conversation and come here. So the first thing you want to do is have either drink Spirit Shield because Durance is too far to cast Armor of Fate. And let Durance cast Armor of Fate on your back line to increase their survivability because eventually someone is going to break the engagement here. You can see this guy is already going straight.
What?
It's just these guys are really ridiculous.
Aye?
Okay, so let's put a chill fog right about not here. Right about here. Maybe okay, let them aggro first of all. First let them aggro.
Arthur, Worthen, Roth.
We're almost dead already.
What?
Let's cast Blessing. What am I doing? See, I told you they are going to break engagement and come straight to us, and here they are.
Arthur,
A gift if the...
Oh, Aether is dead. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we may have to reload this, but let's wait and see.
What?
What can we do? Let's use this.
Ixi.
And let's equip our staff and try to
Ready when you are.
kill them.
Worth and rock!
Stand. And let's use parasitic staff. Ooh, we are getting surrounded. We are going to die really, really fast.
How may I help?
Unfortunately, there is not much we can do here. Maybe paralyze this guy and nuke him down. Let's nuke him. Okay, let's hit him. Ooh.
Aye?
Alot, what are you doing inside the chill fog, you idiot? At least kill him before you die. Great. That's really great. Even Durance is dead, it's just me. Okay, let's... we don't really have much we can do here, maybe. And we are dead. Awesome. Yeah, party has died. Oh, I did not save
Not a
before
problem.
going to this fight. This great. I'm an idiot. Quickly cast spells. Then Arbor of Fate.
Yes?
You guys throw a chill fog. What a chill fog. Mia's now dull-mindedness. Come on.
Aspect, worth and rock! Just say the word.
Okay, blind them.
What?
Aspect, worth and rock!
Let's make them. Now let's come here and their fire.
Maru beyond sea.
Alright, let's nuke this guy. Everybody attack him.
Yeah?
This fight is mine.
That's it!
Everybody attack this guy. We
Just say the
will conjure our staff.
That's
We
it!
need to kill them first.
Lose then.
Awesome! That is awesome. He's blinded and he's not blinded, so let's quickly kill him before he gets his defenses up.
How may I help?
Let's blind them again with chill fog.
Aspect, worth and rock!
Curses!
Oof.
Hey,
Not a problem.
Okay.
Quick and quiet.
Let's put our party here and let's first of all quick save
Keeping an eye out.
and send the other in. Let's try to pull him back
What?
while we cast Armor of Fate,
Moe Ixi.
and let's all focus fire on him. Let's paralyze him quickly. Okay, let's kill him fast. Okay, he is dead. Okay, we did not aggro the rest of them, so it's
Laying low.
nice time to save again. Let's send Aether in. See if we can pull anyone else. Okay, come back. You cast Armor of Faith.
Moe.
Oh fuck, no. Stop casting.
What?
How may I help?
Chill fog over here and a prone from my guy.
Ixi.
Okay, time to bring out the staff
How may I help?
and cast 2 chill fogs. Let's overkill. Okay, this guy is coming out.
How may I help?
Mm,
Ready when you are.
I'm going to. Oh, Eden is dead. Quite, but almost dead. Let's Inveil and Resorts double. Let's cast Consecrated Ground. Okay, kill him, he's almost dead. It's okay, we have ridiculous deflection, we
How
can
may I help?
survive for a couple of minutes. Blind these two idiots. Let's go from this side so that we will avoid the chill fog. Oh, thank God.
Margren's fire casts light in dark places.
Okay, this is a actually interesting note here. This note unlocks a unique merchant who will be available in Defiance Bay in the gift area at night. So you have to go up to that merchant and give him this password and he'll sell you some really good stuff. He has a lot of crafting equipment, so that's really useful. So don't forget to pick this note while you are looting this crate. Okay, we all leveled up. No, only me and Alot leveled up. Okay. Level 4 wizard. Let's put some into athletics. We have 7 lore, which is more than enough for now. As you can see, I have 6 points which I get each level. I can put 4 here. I have 2 left. Save this. Don't just spend this because you have 2 left don't just spend on something else. You don't need to spend all the points at a time. You can save this up for future levels, and as these skills advance more and more, these get ridiculously expensive, so these saved points will be useful in the future. Let's go. We can pick some more of the second level spells. Let's take Combusting Wounds. This has some nice synergy with Blast and a Minor Blight spell, which we'll get at third level. So let's pick this up for now. You're not going to use it much now, but in future this will be useful. Okay, we can either pick Hardened Veil. If you're going for a melee wizard, I suggest you pick up Hardened Veil. This will give a further 25 deflection for your Arcane Veil, on top of the normal plus 50 deflection for a massive plus 75, which means you are going to have ridiculously high deflection. But we are not going for a melee wizard. We are trying to build a caster wizard, so I'm going to go with Blast. This with our high interrupt and our basic attacks hitting multiple enemies, we'll be constantly interrupting a whole bunch of enemies. And as our perception and intelligence gets increases further with gear, this will become more and more effective at interrupting a lot of enemies. We will further buff this in future talents with the defensive or offensive talent here, I believe. Interrupting blows. We won't pick it up right now, but in future we'll pick this up for further interrupt. But for now, let's just go with Blast. Okay.
Ready when you are.
Let's put Combusting Wounds here. Necrotic Lance is anyway waste of spell slot. Let's see what we can give to Adair. Alright, so we'll be putting points equal in athletics and survival for Adair. So let's just pump this up. I suggest we pick up Very Defender, because we are going to have Defender model enable, so this will give us plus 5 to reflex, fortitude and will. It's decent. Or if you don't want that, you can go in here, maybe you can pick up Hold the Line. This will increase the number of enemies Adair can engage. This really helps him in being the tank. What else is there? Cautious Attack is good. It gives you even more deflection, but it sacrifices attack speed. This really turns him into a tank, but this will affect his damage, which means enemies will eventually lose interest in him and attack our backline. We want our tanks to be able to deal decent damage so that they can maintain enemies focus. Let's go with Weapon Focus Ruffian for some increased accuracy to sabers, because for Adair, saber is going to be his main weapon. Can even go for Savage Attack. I don't recommend Savage Attack this early because -5 accuracy is bad at this level, but once you get some decent accuracy, you can pick this up. But for now, it's either Weapon Focus Ruffian or Hold the Line. I will go for Weapon Focus Ruffian, because even if either can engage them, they can simply disengage and attack your backline. So we'll pick Hold the Line in future, but for now it's Weapon Focus Ruffian for some nice accuracy boost.
Hey.
Alright.
Not a problem.
Let's go.
I shall be discreet.
There should be a couple of nice hidden items here somewhere. I think this is it.
You should see
Yeah.
this.
Here it is, some nice crafting equipment and gems. Let's go. Okay, some more trolls here. Let's kill this guy. It's just a single troll, so it's not going to be that big of a challenge.
Yeah?
But let's... we probably will not land this against his fortitude, so let's blind him. Blind is good enough.
Arthur, Worth, and Rock!
Yeah, we were able to land blind. Vader should be getting a really nice... yeah. He has 49 accuracy, but what is his base accuracy is 39. So where is the 49 coming from? Oh yeah, he has plus 10 from Wild Earth, and yeah. Yeah, you can see he is getting a plus 6 to his accuracy from Weapon Focus Ruffian. This is going to really help him in landing the blows against enemies, and if you debuff enemies, then he can crit decently.
That's it!
And he's dead. He actually did solid damage. Yeah. So there are a lot of hits and crits from Eder and very few grazes. So you need to bump accuracy as much as possible, especially for... well, you need to bump accuracy for everybody. Accuracy is the king at low levels. At high levels, speed is the king.
Light, flame, and sound.
Right now you need to bump as much accuracy as you can. Okay, there is another very difficult encounter here. I feel like we're not ready yet, but we will make it. We will try it. We will first rest because we are out of spell slots, and this is a very difficult encounter. So let's first save, and let's give him bonus against primordials because we're going to be fighting lurkers now, and they are primordials. Lurkers are very hard to fight at this level because with every hit they have a chance to apply stuck debuff on you, which will reduce your deflection.
I shall be discreet.
Making your tanks die very fast.
What?
So, and they are actually immune to a lot of some of the best crowd control. They are immune to. They cannot be charmed. They can be confused, paralyzed, dominated. Like if you have a Cypher, he's almost completely useless against these guys because most of his CC is resisted. Like the only thing you can actually reliably land on them is blindness. I really hate fighting lurkers. But it's what it is. We don't really have... Okay, let's put a chill fog. Wow, a blessing here, and what can Halot do? One more chill fog because these guys have a very high fortitude. So yeah, as you can see, Eder got stuck. Okay, the forest lurker hit him and he has to succeed a reflex save, but he did not, and he got stuck, which means a minus 20 to his deflection, which is brutal. Like it just means they can keep hitting him again and again. Okay. but I believe they have low damage resistance against fire, so we're going to see. We will probably not land this combusting wounds on them because it targets fortitude and these guys have a lot of high fortitude, but we'll try.
Worth and rock.
And yeah, we missed. Okay, let's try ray of fire. Oh, no, 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 no. Come back, run away, run away, run away. You hit him.
Beyond sea.
Okay, these guys can be made stuck, right? So let's use this. Awesome. Run away to here. Oh, fuck. Let's pull out your staff and beat the shit out of them.
Yes?
Either a lot. What can you do? They have decent corrode and crush armor. The chill fog. Yeah,
Worth and
a lot is dead. Throw a divine mark.
The Faru beyond.
Oh yeah, I landed it. So let's pull out the staff. Need to kill these guys quickly. Cast a consecrated ground for some heal. And holy radiance for further heal. These guys taking a lot of time.
ready when you are.
Die, damn it. Oh, thank God. Alright, so he has. Okay, let's try to blind him.
A gift if the Eothasian.
No. First, he's coming to me, so let's.
What? Doesn't wake up.
Just say the word.
Let's throw an arcane veil first of all and combine it with wizard's double. Awesome. Now let's throw a chill fog here. Yeah, let's throw it here.
Worth and rock.
And let's also cast a ray of fire on him.
What?
What do you have? Blessing? Yeah, let's throw a blessing. For some accuracy buff.
Beyond sea.
And let's see
Ready
if
when you
we
are.
can nuke him. Oh no, I'm going to die.
Don't count me out yet.
Oh fuck, I died.
I'll let.
Oh, come on, Durance. Come on. He has this. Oh, thank God. That was a close call. He almost wiped us out.
Not a problem.
That was really close.
How may I help?
But Alot leveled up, so let's see what he has here. We are going to bump up his mechanics. We need high mechanics. And what do we not have here? I guess bulwark against the elements. There are a couple of scripted interactions in White Mars DLC where this spell is going to be very useful. So let's just pick it up now. And we're going to upgrade our blast with penetrating blast so that we'll get some damage reduction bypass, which means it ignores 5 points of enemy armor, which is decent. It's not game changing, but it's decent. Okay, Okay, let's steal his spells. Stitch this to ourselves. Awesome. And, oh, we can fan of flames.
Laying low. You might find this interesting.
Ooh, yeah, we got a really nice fine weapon which will really help with our wizard's damage. Always nice to have. Some more scrolls. Let's leave the healing to this guy. What else is here? Yeah, I think we have cleared this map, so we can go to Madmer Bridge for some nice quests. We can go to Easternwood. Unlocks compass. Actually, I think this is a nice place to stop. I think we have already had more than 2 hours. Let's just go to Madmer Bridge and we'll just stop here. Hopefully it doesn't crash again. Oh, we came from the top. Oh. Okay, we are injured and we are
Meant to do that.
about to die. Or maybe not die to this guy, he's kind of crappy.
Aye?
Oh, we still have some spells here. So yeah, we are not going to die.
Aspect worth and rock.
So I really hate Zorub skirmishers because each hit of their weapon has a chance to paralyze you, which is brutal. As you can see here, he just paralyzed Ether for 2 seconds. 2 seconds is not that big of a duration, but when you're getting when you have 5 enemies attacking you and you get paralyzed and you get minus 40 deflection, you're going to die very, very fast. It's just one guy here, so it's not that big of a deal. But when, yeah, he's paralyzed again. Son of a... There's just one enemy now, so getting paralyzed against him is not going to be a big deal. But when you're facing a whole lot of Zoribs and one of these skirmishers is there, he can really piss you off. Oh, I should have rested.
Yes?
I should have rested, but it's okay. We still, let's see if we can hit him with necrotic lance.
Beyond seek.
Did we manage to hit him? No, we only grazed him. Oh, Durans is using his staff. No, pull him back. See, now we have 3 of them attacking Ader and he got paralyzed, which means they can do a lot of damage to him very quickly.
Ready when you are.
We need to shut them down.
Yes.
Yeah. They're not the only ones who can paralyze. So.
Kinda stuck over.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know you're stuck there. I know. Right, kill this guy. You can see here, these 2 guys are constantly stun locking Eder and just. Ooh, we got frightened. But we're out of spell slots, unfortunate.
Aye?
Do you have? You have a chill fog, use it.
Aspect worth. What?
Where are you going?
Then rough.
How may I help?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kinda stuck
Paralyze
over here.
him.
Aspect worth and
Awesome. See, you guys are not the only ones who can paralyze.
that's it.
God.
Not a problem.
Okay, we are out of camping supplies. Screw this, we'll have to go back to the town. Okay, let's just level up Zurans. 2 runs and bump his accuracy, so athletics a bit. Oh, and here it is. Painful introduction. This gives weakened state to your introduction, which greatly reduces their fortitude and will defenses of enemies. This will help a lot of your priest druid spells, even wizard spells. This makes chill fog and curse of blackened sight a lot easier to land. And powered introduction will give +10 accuracy. This +10 accuracy is only for introduction. Don't think you're going to get a permanent +10 accuracy. This is just for introduction alone, not really worth it. Let's just take painful introduction. And we need to rest. So let's just go back, rest, and come back here again. Okay. Right.
Not a problem.
Good day, stranger.
Give me a room. Yeah. We found the blacksmith's weapon shipment, so let's go and turn in that quest. Alright.
Greetings.
Down the crate, blah blah blah. Now this will give you a very nice shield for Aether, called a larder door. Basically it's just a big door with a handle on it that he can use as shield, and for quite a time, for at least the next 4 or 5 levels, Aether is going to have that as his shield. It's really good at low levels because I will get to that in a minute. Okay, this is done. What happened to the wagon? Bandage to cover. Right.
Hey.
So let's take a look at the shield. Here it is. So this is a large shield, which is exactly what we have here. So it gives a massive bonus to deflection, but it really hurts your accuracy. But the main thing here is bash. Oh. Bash, target 8 to 12 crush damage. What this does is, every time an enemy attacks you, you will bash. Like, basically think of this as a dual wielding weapon where you can hit enemies with your shield and you will do 8 to 12 crush damage. The damage is not that big, but at this level this is the best you're going to have. So I'm going to put that here, and we should be able to enchant his armor. So let's do that to increase his damage reduction. This is going to be really useful at this level. So enchant this. Can we enchant this as well? Nope, we need Adra. That's fine. Maybe we can enchant his weapon. Really? Fine. So let's
Good day, stranger.
sell some of our loot to him. Now he should have some more gear for us here now that we found his shipments, but Nothing really that good, just a couple of normal enchanted items. No new unique. So we'll have to buy a couple of camping supplies. Don't buy more than 2 camping supplies on pot of the damn difficulty because you are limited to only 2 supplies at a time. So don't waste money. Let's sell all of this crap and get some money back. Nice, nice, nice. And I think, yeah, that should be enough for today. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll again uh, do another session on this Saturday or Sunday, depending on my schedule. Until then, have a nice week, I guess. Like, share, and subscribe the video, and let me know in the comments what you like about this. If you want me to do any specific builds, or if you want me to give a guide to any specific area or a combat encounter, let me know.